Good day, family. Sanbunan Dumalang, hello. Hope you are good. It's a good day here. It's a good day. Remo Limpopo. Remo Limpopo. Yeah, hope everyone is good. We're still recording live from planet Earth. We're still live from planet Earth. So, look, I don't want to keep you long. I want to talk about those states that you know very well. Even if you don't know it from certain substances, you will know it from your dreams or something that happened in your life that triggered such a state. And what state am I talking about? I'm talking about the transcendent state. Now, obviously everything that exists in nature, because as within, so without, because everything in nature is represented in you, you will find certain remedies, herbs, that when you take them, they heal a corresponding part to you inside. Because as within, so without, as above, so below. So now you will find that there's certain, I'll show you an example here. You see this is a mushroom. So it's a fungi. It's a fungi that is growing. It's a fungi that is growing from the earth, obviously. But certain species of this particular mushroom, different species, it's just like how there's races, I guess, black people, white people, or there's yellow, red, green colors, different foods that are poisonous and some are not. So a different type of mushroom is psychedelic. So it deals with these states that we are talking about, the transcendent states of mind. And I want to specifically talk about it from a perspective of marijuana or weed, and what's the other name? Insango, as they call it here in South Africa, or libaki, many different names. So we're going to talk about it in terms of what it is. But first, what I want you to know is that these plants are only triggering natural things inside. Just like when you take certain medicines, they heal certain things. So it triggers something that you already have. So it opens a door. And the reason why I'm making this is because I was having a conversation with my brother, and he mentioned something so amazing about weed and the name of it. So in Zulu, Insango, that's the name that they call it. And then they call a gate Isang, right? So we once heard that from one of the teachers. I think it's Mkuluntsiki, or yeah. I hope I'm saying the name right. But he basically said that Insango is a doorway. It's a gateway. That's why they call a gate Isango. It's like, So my brother had a revelation today about the same thing, but from a different language. In Pedi, a door is libati, and what they call marijuana, they call it libaki. Get that? Libati is a door. Libaki is weed. In Zulu, Isango is a gate or a door. And then Insango is weed or marijuana. So what marijuana is it's a doorway. It's a gateway. That's why they say that you are high when you tap into these plants. And not necessarily just marijuana. There's many things that people use. You know, it's not what people label as the drugs. You know, there's many drugs out there. Don't do drugs, and you know, you need to take care of yourself. But other plants and other medicinal things, you need to understand that they are operating from a different level. It's spiritual tools, and that's what they are. They are tools. So you need to understand them as tools. And tools is something that you don't use often, right? You only use a tool when you want to accomplish something. Let's say build a shelter, or you're going to use certain tools for that period, and then eventually, come on, you're going to achieve what you would have wanted to achieve with the particular tool. So these are tools, they are doorways, it's gateways. Intango, isango, levaki, levati, a door. This door, the pineal gland, the third eye is that door. It's that gateway into different dimensions of yourself. So when you're high, you are traveling interdimensionally within the chambers of your mind, within the chambers of your psyche. That's what's happening when you're in those states. And you don't necessarily have to use marijuana to achieve these states. They are natural states that you could get high through breath. Breathing meditations, taking deep breaths will produce DMT. First of all, there's DMT in your lungs, just as there's DMT that is produced by your pineal gland. So the more breaths you take, you stop taking such shallow breaths. Your lungs are very big, hey, and they are big for a reason, because spirit is carried within the air. Espirito, it's air, breath. That's why when someone dies, what leaves is the breath leaves. When you're a little baby and they spank you, your life starts with the breath. And then when you die, it ends with the exhalation of the breath. So you are the spirit, the espirito. You are the air, the breath. So the breath can carry your soul into different depths or heights of yourself. You move inside of yourself according to your wheel alignments. And your soul moves in this avatar through breath as a tool or as a medium to tap into these states. So breath is how you ride these states. It's how you move in them. So now, these transcended states of being, these transcended states of existing are natural to you. Just that to achieve them, it takes a very long time. That's why you see monks meditating in the mountain for months, like Jesus and other messiahs that have said to be fasting for a long time in the desert. It's just a state of tapping into a different side of yourself. It's just a way of traveling into yourself, but all of this is happening inside of you. And so marijuana, the herbs, they are tools. They are tools. You don't necessarily have to use them on the journey, and you don't necessarily not have to use them. When you're sick, you take some pills. So when you're spiritually sick, there's certain things that deal with that. Certain brews, drinks, ayahuasca, certain medicinal plants and natural things, mushrooms. These heal. These are spiritual doctors. It's mostly things that are not for fun, but we have come to use them for recreational purposes, That's what we've come to use them as or for. But and that's what society promotes them as when they show them in movies. They don't show the shaman, with tapping into portals and in real time. No Doctor Strange animation or some sci-fi. In real time, a person just like you, time traveling interdimensionally, receiving broadcasting information and getting it from different dimensions in real time. There's no action or cut. That's what it is. That's what you are. You are the time portal, traveler, space bender, air, fire. You are the avatar. And you can tap into these states of yourself. The problem is that you don't know who you are. You don't know what you are. You don't know why you are. I was asking myself earlier on, I was like, wow, I was just napping and I was feeling so emotional. I was like, wow, source, supreme being thing, thank you for giving me a chance to see and participate in your dope, whatever you are doing. I don't know whether I end after my death or if a part of me that's you continues on. But what I know is that in this moment, thank you for you could have not thought of me into beingness. But the fact that you knew about me, you predestined me. So it means that I am a pre-existent being. Was I existing side by side with you? You know, these are things I don't know in this body. This body doesn't have the capability probably to comprehend what I am or why I am. So these are things, I was just feeling so, these are things that just put you in a whole different level of gratitude. Because I was like, you really didn't have to think about me. You thing, you being, mother, father, or I don't know, androgynous being. But I'm here as an aspect of you. And on top of that, you give me levels to access you. So the many levels that you are, you've also given me the ability to tap into level traveling. So different levels of yourself. And you are giving me the chance to just be here. And on top of that, you show me plants and certain things that can help me reach those states. Come on, man. You see, when we talk about alcohol, we call them spirits for a reason, but those are the real drugs, man. You know, your cigarettes, because especially the way that people really use them, you know, it's liquid drugs. It's a liquid drug, but and those are legal. Cigarettes legal, kill you now. And mushrooms and all these things, they make them illegal because people start to question when they tap into these states, respectfully using these plants, as I said, that not for just recreational fun, but to actually tap into these portals, these dimensions of self, and see, ask, feel what this is. Because this is something. I don't know if you are aware, but something right now is happening, and that is that you are here, you exist. And I don't think you can ever stop existing. But the difference is that, can you be aware of your existence? That's the question. Okay, are you aware that you are? That's what separates man from the animal world. That the self-reflection. Come on. Are you aware that I'm wealthy? Are you aware that I'm cool? That I'm the greatest? That I'm the best? Are you aware that I'm your reflection? And that's what you are too. Because we are a reflection of the one that becomes the many, the perspectives of self. Can you be aware of these? Because you can be, but not have the consciousness to know. Your light is not vibrating at the levels where you can be like, oh shit, I am. That's what the I am that I am is. The ability to know, oh, hey, I am like, whoa, you know. So come on, it's just about knowing what you are and knowing that you can tap into these doorways, into these gateways. Actually, I'm not gonna title, I don't know what to call this video. And I started just wanted to talking about the herbs. I'll see what I name it. Because, you know, I'm just in a I'm in a place with this conversation. Like, come on, like what? We are existing. Man. Insango. Weed. Isango. A gate. A gateway. A portal. Lebaki. A door. Lebaki. Weed. Come on. It's in the language. It's in the etymology. It's in the origin, the tetragrammaton, the word, the unspeakable name of God. It's there. It's in the language. That's why in the Bible they split. In the Tower of Babel, the confusion came through the splitting of languages. And when people started speaking differently. Because the first language was telepathy. There's no misunderstanding in telepathy. There's no getting lost in translation. My friend, what are you saying? You know, there's no... It's mind convo. There's no accents, and it's there. And as the more as humans in the past, in our... Because we didn't evolve from the lower. We actually descended from... We're high beings. Why do you think all these pyramids and all these things that... humans are confused about, you know, humanity is actually very silly. You create all of these things, something happens, you forget, and then something happens, and then there's wars, and then there's no time for people to be looking around and digging. But when the world settles down and when we can finally have the peace to ask questions, we start asking like, who did all of these things? Aliens came and built pyramids. It's some alien civilization that did the Sphinx and gave us language and taught us all the gee, what a silly. And I guess that's the joke in the creation. Maybe that's why God is just playing one amazing prank on itself. Like, can I be things amazing? Let me be reflections of myself and be the most amazing thing that I know, just by being, and then forget that intentionally forget who you are and why you are and what you are. Be the most amazing thing for trillions of years. Time you can't even begin to put in measurement. Epochs, eons, uncapturable time. You just being this amazing thing, and then boom, there comes a time when you forget everything. Ooh. But then there's everything in nature to remind you, as I said. There's the things that you find outside, the herbs, the waters, the birds, the animals. All of these are our companions back to the knowledge of source as self. Source is self. Because the source is you. There's nothing else that can be that is not it. Even the so-called bad things. Because you need to understand that no being can create things and then be jealous of what it created. That's silly. Everything is you. You don't even create it. It's you. It's just what it is. It's what you are. So this is where I'm just gonna leave this video. It's just free thoughts. It's free thoughts. Well, this was free thoughts, but I'm gonna give it a title for clickbait. People, they're like, title, do I want to know about? Just free thoughts. Probably name it something about the portals or marijuana, because people are like, marijuana, should I smoke it or not? People want to hear other people. Do you think it's good to smoke weed on the journey? No, yes, it's good. No, it's not. People always want to hear what others have to say. You decide for yourself. You can feel it, man. Some things are not for you. Like, you're not supposed to be doing them. So you decide. Like, if you want to use these tools, it's tools. It's all tools. It's all tools from nature, because everything, it reflects you. It's like, do you see? Remember what I make you see? Now think about that without my help. That's what it is. You should get to levels where you do it without the help. But if you want to use it, use it. If you don't. But then you're like, come on. Levaki. That's amazing. I had to, wow. Hey, family. Peace, love, and light to you all.